What's going on, guys? So we are going to be doing some largemouth and peacock fishing here in Weston. Not fishing a new lake per se, but it's a lake that I haven't fished too much. Overall, in the last, whatever it's been since I've been fishing here, 5-6 years, I probably fished it less than a dozen times. There's some other lakes that I fish a dozen times in a month. So I kind of have a general idea of how to fish it, but I don't know where the fish are holding like I do in some of the other lakes that I know a little bit better. So it'll still be a pretty interesting little day. We'll see how it goes. I busted out my St. Croix Victory 7-foot 1-inch medium power fast action. We're just going to put on probably like a 1/8 ounce jig head, throw around some small soft plastics, and hopefully we can get into some largemouths and peacocks. So let's give it a shot. Alright, so here's what I decided to go with. It's the Nikko Hellgrammite. This is the magma color, which looks really, really nice. Out, I don't know what that is, 20 feet maybe, 25 feet. We got a very, very nice drop off over on this side of the lake. Basically the whole shoreline has a drop off, just varies how far away from shore it is. So we are going to start out trying to fish right over the edge of that. I casted maybe twice the distance, so I should be able to cover pretty good amount of that little drop off there. So I'm going to let it sink toward the bottom because it's super, super deep there. It'll take a little bit of time. And then just a very slow retrieve with some twitches and pops is going to be the technique for the day. Now let's hope we can get a largemouth or peacock out there. Oh, there we go, fish on. Largy, not a big one, but I'll take it. Here we go, so 15 minutes in, got the first bite of the day on the Nikko Hellgrammite. First fish is a tiny, tiny little dink of a largemouth. So hopefully we can find some that are a little bit bigger than this one, but I'm happy with anything to get the skunk off. Oh, fish on. Out of the pads. Let's go. That's a nice peacock. At least I think it is. It's definitely a peacock. Just don't know how nice it is. Doesn't matter how nice it is because it came off. It was definitely hooked. He just came off. That's disappointing. I made two changes really. One, I switched lures. This is the Nikko Tadpole. And two, I switched colors. This is a more natural fusion color. So I could see some fish out there and they're ignoring the Hellgrammite, which is a little weird because fish usually don't do that. So I sized down a little bit and I also made it a more natural color. Still on a 1/8 ounce jig head. And maybe these two changes can get these guys to bite when they didn't want that magma colored Hellgrammite. Oh, fish on. Let's go on the tadpole. Another nice peacock. Let's try to get him out of the lily pads though. Let's go. Let's not lose this one. He's pulling well. Oh yeah. Nice fish. First peacock of the day. Look at that guy. Alright, so check this guy out. First peacock of the day. I think he's about the same size as the one that I lost. So nice little fish. 2-ish pounder maybe? But yeah, let's get this guy back. The tadpole switch paid off. Now let's see if we can get a couple more on the tadpole. Fish on. This one's smaller. Out of this other pile of lily pads. These guys still put up a good fight, even at this smaller size. Coming up here, Peacock 2. Better because I switched over to a more natural color, or if they're biting better because this is a smaller presentation. But either way, the tadpole is working pretty well for these guys. Let me get the hook out. Yeah, definitely a smaller peacock, but still a very, very nice fish. So we'll get it back, and we'll keep fishing. We'll try to get another one. Ooh, fish on. Another peacock on the tadpole. There's a lot of fish in here. You can see them through the water pretty clearly. You just gotta work the tadpole near them and they'll hit it pretty regularly. So another peacock on the tadpole. Smaller than the first, bigger than the last if I had to guess. But another really, really nice fish. So yeah, like I said, there's a lot of peacocks in this section of the lake. And they are pretty regularly hitting the tadpole, something they weren't doing with the Hellgrammite. There's a jump out there in the distance. There's a fish. Oh, he's trying to get in the pads. I'll lose him that way. Let's tighten the drag up just a smidge here. All right, another peacock on the tadpole. Come on up here. Oh, he just fell off, but I got him on the bank. All right, so no real huge peacocks today, but all of them have been a pretty nice size. This guy's definitely a male. You can see the hump starting to come in. It's getting close to the spawning season. Right now we are in the middle of March. So hopefully in the next couple weeks these guys get on the beds. Fish on. This one's came out a little bit deeper near that drop off. That gotta be another peacock, right? Yeah, another nice peacock. Come on in. Nice fish. Alrighty, so we got ourselves another nice peacock. Even after they're caught, they still put up such a great fight in your hand, which is really, really annoying. But yeah, let's get this guy back here. Let's keep going. Maybe we'll get one more. Got him. Another pea. I think this will be our last one. We'll get this guy in, and then we'll wrap it on up. Hopefully we get him in. There he is. Last fish on the bank. Yeah, so plenty of nice action with the peacocks. We're going to leave them biting, but they put up a really, really nice fight. All of them roughly the same size. Some's bigger, some smaller, obviously, but all of them pretty decent. So that guy's back, and let's wrap it up. All right, so that's going to do it, and what a day. Started out pretty slow. Had 2 hits on that Magma Hellgrammite, 1 largemouth and 1 peacock. Went 1 and 1 for those and getting them on the bank. And then I am pretty happy I made the switch to the fusion colored tadpole. Now, maybe the Hellgrammite would have produced later on like the tadpole did. I mean, we don't know that, but what we do know is, I don't know if it was the smaller presentation or the different color, but the peacocks, at least over here in this spot, and there were a lot of peacocks and kind of hanging on to these lily pads over here, and the peacocks in this spot absolutely loved the tadpole. I lost track of how many I got, somewhere around 5. And the tadpole is a lure I haven't fished a lot recently. I've kind of been fishing the Hellgrammite and the leech, but this is such a great little lure. Very, very small. You need a small hook, but the tail just flops around really, really well. Creates a whole lot of commotion in the water. And as you saw, the peacocks absolutely crushed this thing. So very, very nice day, even though I am sweating bullets. It was a hot one out here. But hope you guys liked it, and I will see you next time.